Hey guys, welcome in. Today's video is personal and chatty, and I think just comes out of feeling like I'm really overthinking things lately, especially and including my content. I feel like overthinking my content is leading to like content paralysis. Not wanting to post the wrong thing. So I end up not posting anything because especially over the last year, I've mixed a lot of different audiences. My content has went strictly from eBay to then eBay and whatnot. Whatnot people don't want to hear about eBay. The eBay people might not want to hear about whatnot. I started talking more about whatnot, and folks want to know, do you even still sell on eBay? Yes, I still sell on eBay. Then I mixed into reselling purse rehab, cobbler style repairs on leather, which is, you know, all resellers say I'm saving things from the landfill. And I don't know that all resellers are saving things from the landfill. I've always said if I could pick the thing that is literally headed to the trash over a brand new Louis Vuitton, someone else is going to pick up the brand new Louis Vuitton. I want to save the thing that is headed to the trash. And I feel like that is really a good blend of wanting to save vintage, loving fashion, and reselling. But guess what? Not everyone that wants to see you repair a Coach bag also wants to hear you talk about whatnot or eBay, or even wants to consider the fact that you might resell an item that you pick up. So although I've added so tremendously to the audience this year, I've added audiences that don't necessarily merge well together. They don't necessarily, if you watch purse rehab videos, you're not going to watch every video on my channel because you don't care what sold. You don't care that I just bought 450 keychains. And that has, again, led to content paralysis. That has led to me trying, I guess maybe I'm trying to like appease people. This video is me putting on my makeup while I talk to you guys. You know how many people are not going to care? But I think I just need this to be more when I have a great idea, when I have something I want to talk about, talking to you guys about it. If I have something that I want to share, sharing it. Oh, great. I got to change my battery. Okay, there we go. That's better. And none of this comes out of a negative space. I'm thrilled to death that anyone wants to watch my videos, let alone that there's multiple audiences that are engaged with any of my content. I think that that is astounding and phenomenal. I thank God that you guys are here. But it does lead me always wondering like which audience to feed today. And I realize that there's a lot of you guys who just want to see. They just want to see me win. People that are cheering for me. People who love the lifestyle of being able to stay at home, being able to curate my own life, being able to take off when I want to take off, mother my kids, volunteer coach. Some of you guys, you know, love fitness content. I am extremely into fitness, and I don't even talk about it much here on the channel. A couple days ago, my friend and I, well, we'll just talk about some of the stuff then, because some people truly are just in, they love the lifestyle and they love the motivation. I would say over all of my content, over purse rehab, over lifestyle, over eBay and whatnot, and reselling in general, and thrifting, and how to pick, the one thing that is so true in all of that that people seem to like is the motivation, is me encouraging people, giving you tips and tricks, the how-tos, the you got it. So maybe that should be more of the focus, and whatever falls into that, because I'll think of random things and I'm like, oh, I just want to like encourage people with this message. But which audience does that speak to? So if you've made it this far into the video, you are the audience. If you've made it this far into the video already and you stuck around through all of that rambling of me, again, overanalyzing and trying to think about what it is that I want to say, you are my audience. And I thank you for that. And please hit the like so that other people who are part of this audience will hear this message and it'll resonate with somebody. And over the next year, over 2026, we'll create an even bigger audience of people who are like-minded, who are like us. So checking in with what life has had for me lately has been so busy in the best way. And I know you guys have been too. I know every one of you have, everyone period has their own stuff that they're going through that people don't even know about. God and I are working on a project right now. That's all I can call it, really, is a project. But God and I are working on something, something that I know he told me direction on that I can't even tell you about. But here within the next, like, little bit, maybe not days, but here within the next little bit, I'm going to be able to tell you about it. And it is so exciting. It's like, it'll blow your socks off. So many things are in the works, and I know that so many things are in the works in y'all's lives too. My friend Amber and I decided in the summertime, she asked me if I would run the St. Jude Marathon with her this December. And at the time I didn't have this huge project, this huge, really cool thing that I'm working on in mind. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So it kind of took precedence over a lot of the marathon training. But on Saturday, we ran in Memphis, Tennessee. We ran the St. Jude Memphis Marathon, and several of you guys donated on my fundraising page. We raised almost $600 together. And I just thank you so much for that. If you made a donation, if it was 50 cents, if it was $1, like if it was $1,000, well, it wasn't 1,000, we raised $600, but there's no amount too small. And every gift is just such a huge, big ordeal when you're talking about families and children facing, you know, life-threatening illness who never receive a bill. That the only job that they have is to get better and help their kids get better. And that's what they're supposed to worry about. That is phenomenal. So I got to run with like 22,000 people in Memphis on Saturday. I'm a little bit sore. Overall, I would say I feel like I had a really intense workout, like a really good lifting session. The knees are not anywhere near as sore as what they have been historically in other marathons. So I know strength training has done its job, and we had a great time. One of the biggest goals was there wasn't a time goal. The time goal was to have a good time. That was time. And we did. I had to stop and use a porta potty, which I've only ever done in like one other race outside of ultra marathons, because, you know, you're always watching the clock. We didn't even know what our time was. We didn't realize what time we started. And I'd have to stop my watch to actually see our progress time. So literally had no idea how long we'd even been running. We stopped at mile 13 to sing Bon Jovi halfway there. Living on a prayer. And we stopped to help other runners. I saw one person running at mile 8, and he's like grabbing the back of his hamstring, and I was like, Amber, we gotta come help this guy. And she comes back, and we gave him like Tylenol and salt pills and a pep talk because he had a marathon bib on. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy has 18 more miles to go. We're not even halfway done, and he's falling apart. And so we would find people like that along the way who needed encouragement. There's people all along the sidelines like high-fiving you and cheering for you, and I'm like, Jesus loves you, to this one person, because I just felt like God said to tell her that. And that's what I want to be present for right now. Like, that's what I want in my life more than anything. I just turned 40 in September, and more than anything, the biggest goal on the list is to be present for whatever God has for me. I want to wake up every day and say, God, interrupt my plans. Like, tell me what it is you want me to do today. And that's exactly what I want to do. Whatever your goal is, right? And be open to that. Be open to truly God saying, nope, go back and tell this person XYZ. Go do da 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 da. And just trusting him and trusting his timing. Because how am I going to say that he's the God of the universe and I trust him and then rush him? Really? You can't trust him and rush him. So there's been a lot of patience that I've learned throughout this fall, heading into the winter, again, with what he is doing through me. I can't even say it's something God and I are working on together. I'm just following. I am literally just like a child following him right now. And that's how I want to live my life. And that's how I want to encourage other people to live their life. All of the little dreams and things that I had when I was a kid or when I was younger, they're coming to fruition. I told you guys recently in kind of a life update video how I started selling my art at an art gallery. Like, I've sold over 10 paintings now. Like close to a dozen paintings that I have sold of my artwork, and that means that it resonated with someone. Someone liked it so much that they want to put it in their house. That's kind of a big deal. That's a really huge big deal to me. And I don't know, it's not lost on me that 10-year-old Rachel would go gaga over an opportunity like that. So, yeah, I've been working a lot on my art. I have, obviously been training and working physically towards a lot of those type of goals. My husband and I have some financial goals that we're working towards right now. We are, if you don't know, debt-free outside of our house, and we've been talking a whole lot lately about making that the goal. Like, why not get rid of that one last piece of debt? So maybe that's content that we could talk about in 2026, you know, burning the mortgage. It's just so many things have come together, and so much of it coming out of like speaking life into my own life and getting away from people and energies that don't align with that, because you have a finite amount of energy. Energy is not infinite. Energy is always around you. There is no neutral. Okay. People are either pouring in or they're drilling holes, and learning to recognize the difference. There's so many people, if you're not yet to like your late 30s, early 40s, oh my gosh, if I had known what I know now in my 20s, the people I would have surrounded myself with would have been dramatically different. The business relationships I got into, even in the beginning here on YouTube, like some of the people that I got into business with, mistakes that you made collaborating with other people who just don't align whatsoever, I wouldn't have made those mistakes. And so, yeah, if I can say something here that helps someone else realize those same goals, that your energy is so precious. I would say your energy and your intention are some of the most important things. They're the most important resources that you have in your life. And seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be afforded to you. That is lining up your energy with God. That is deciding that I want to do things the way God would do things. I want the way that I speak to reveal Christ to other people. You know what I mean? And then setting my intentions. And since my heart is following him, his intentions are my intentions. And he and I move together and we work together. And no wonder things are falling into place in life. When you get rid of the negative and you're focusing on not only the positive, but God's positive, like things can't help but to happen for you. So excited? Yeah, I'm excited. Like I've done these life update videos before, and I will tell you, being a content creator on YouTube, that drama sells, negative sells. I could post this video today and I could be like, the future of my channel, you know, in a thumbnail like that. And what am I doing there? I know that it's going to get more views because people who will love to see you fail are going to show up and be like, oh, is she quitting YouTube? She hasn't had a video out in a couple weeks. What's happening? But why invite that energy in? So I'm going to post this with the most positive and upbeat thumbnail, and let's together as a community push that out. If you want to see more positive, then be more positive, right? Right? So anyway, I just thought today might be a good opportunity, like I say, to quit overthinking the content and just post what's going on in my life, because that's pretty much the direction I'd like to go. So what is going on reselling wise? Still having bag shows, purse shows every other Friday over on Whatnot. My friend is now also my business partner. My friend Alicia, who lives up near St. Louis, she just has the most amazing taste, and she can't help but to walk into a thrift store and I swear the girl's like dripping in God's favor or something, because designer bags just come to her. And we can be at the same place and she finds everything. Don't worry, I am gonna blend this. Anyway, so every other Friday I have Whatnot shows, and I always have a link in the description where you can get $15 free on Whatnot to shop if you've never been over there. Of course, that link is gonna be in this video. Check it out if you have never. And then, yes, I still have things listed on eBay. I need to work my eBay. I have been a little mute over there for a while. I have sold some things here recently, but eBay is a beast that, like every other selling platform, wants you to feed it. And if you stop feeding it, it will stop growing. So another thing to look forward to in 2026, and I may do like a whole series here about that. I have a series in mind that you guys are going to love, as far as it's flipping and it's designer bags all into one. So it's going to speak to multiple audiences. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it has potential to go viral. So another thing to be looking forward to. But yeah, reselling wise, I have more inventory than I've listed. Yes, there's a death pile right now. It's not huge. I have been going through things and getting rid of things. Stale stuff that I would never pick up now. You just learn so much in life. And if you hold on to your mistakes, be them reselling, thrifting pickups, or people in your life, or relationships, or anything, if you hold on to your mistakes because you are so bent on not admitting that you made one, then you don't allow for any new growth. Be willing to prune yourself and say, oh, I never should have done that. Never should have let that happen. Because that's when you can grow back bigger and better. That's when the things in your life will really begin to flourish. That's when the flowers are going to bloom. When you're willing to say, I'm cutting this off. I'm cutting that off. No more of this, this, and this. And so I've even been going through selling inventory, my reselling inventory, and saying, even if it was listed, no, this no longer serves me. I would never pick this up today. This is not headed in the direction I'm going. And I do that even in my personal life, like in my closet. I'm looking through there and I'm like, who was I the day in Marshall's when I bought this white blouse? I will never wear this. Is this who I want to be tomorrow? Because I don't know about you guys, but I am constantly reevaluating the person that I am. I'm constantly trying to reevaluate and be, if I'm 1% better than I was yesterday, by the end of the year, I'm 3.5 times better than I was the woman on January 1. How's that for a resolution? So if I'm 1% better, would I do the same thing today as I did yesterday? No, something has to change. So you have to be evolving, and part of evolution is admitting maybe mistakes were made. So does it make me, does it say I was a bad reseller then? Absolutely not. Reselling in the beginning, including every little mistake I made, is what got me away from a desk. It's what got me away from selling real estate and being talked down to, being commission only and expected from, I don't even want to give this so much negative energy, but sitting through meetings that could have been emails and, like I say, being talked down to. I don't have to do that anymore. Like, do you know how freeing it is to not cringe when you hear your phone ring because you think that it is someone that's like in charge of you, a manager, a broker at your boss, like at your work, that you don't have to cringe. Oh, who is it that's about to talk down to me or say something hurtful or negative? And I don't even know, in an attempt to do what? Reselling and all the mistakes I made in the beginning got me through that and got me away from that. So I value every past decision that I made. You can admit your mistakes and also not have regrets. I think that's the key. Like, admit that that doesn't serve you today. It may have not even been a mistake at the time, okay? But it doesn't serve you today. And allow that growth. And that's what's moving me forward, is not living in the past, not looking in the rearview mirror, and not being anchored to the present and anchored to the past by my past decisions. Because if I'm not the person I was a year ago, it goes to say I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm not going to make the same decisions that a year ago Rachel would have made. So, like, I encourage you guys to do that. With that being said, it's December, what is today? December, let me look at my phone. December 8th. And New Year's resolutions are right around the corner. And I don't so much make New Year's resolutions. Like, I kind of do in a lighthearted way. This past year, my resolution was to wash my hair twice a week so it would grow, and we have seen major growth, okay? And I changed to a silk pillowcase. I digress. More than resolutions, I will make a vision board. And you don't have to make vision boards just at New Year's. You can make those anytime. You can make those if you want to make it a major overhaul change in your life, or if you just have new goals and you need to actually envision those. I will do a video, comment if you want to see a video about how I set my intentions. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make a video about how I set my intentions, my vision board. I had a live vision board video once where it was a YouTube live here, and we made vision boards together. So you can go back and see that, but even some of that process has changed a bit for me. But I will tell you that something happens when you write down your goals. Something happens when you set your intention on this. You change it from this might happen or I'd really like for this to happen to this will happen when you schedule your dreams. Are you hearing me? Like, you're not saying in 2026, I hope that XYZ happens. You probably have bought a new calendar. Open it up, make a calendar and schedule that. Okay, what if you said, I really hope that I have a new house by May. Then open up your book and write down May 1st, unlocking the door to my new house. You understand what I'm saying? Like, whatever your goal is, and all of our goals are different, you need to write it down. You need to actually schedule it and quit crossing your fingers and sitting in the corner as a bystander of your own life and just hoping that things are going to happen for you, because that's not how it's going to, no one's going to give you an opportunity. You better reach into life and just take the opportunity. And that's where I'm at in life. I am taking the opportunities. I am not waiting for permission to be who it is that I want to be, again, aka this video. And I'm just making my life exactly what I want it to look like. And part of that is there's vision boards involved. There's writing those goals, scheduling my dreams. You know what I mean? So that I don't have to live someone else's. So I don't have to clock into someone else's dream because I'm living mine every single day. The video's getting a little bit long. I'm almost done with my makeup here. I got this new mascara and absolutely hate it. This mascara is the bomb.com. This is Maybelline New York, the Falsies Lash Lift and waterproof, and they keep raising the price of it and I'm so cheap. I found this at Marshall's. Like, this is like $11 now. That's what I mean when I say it's so much, because I'm so frugal. And this one I found for $6 and I knew when I picked it up it was like $5.95. I knew you're not gonna like this and you're going to wish that you just paid the $10.95, and I wish I'd paid the $10.95 for it. So the other day I went ahead and put this on to separate my lashes, and then I put that on. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm hoping that you guys don't just like this content. I'm hoping you'll be back for more of it. I am hoping that a personal, more intimate look into different aspects of my life is what you want to see, because the thing that God is working on right now, that he is leading me through, is very personal, and it's a journey that I want to walk you guys through. I'm vlogging it. There's a whole video being made behind the scenes right now. And if you're here for eBay content, if you want to know about the latest eBay update, you're not going to care. So I don't know. Is this bold? Is this brave to tell people that I'm not asking for permission? I'm going to make exactly the content that for the people that I want to connect with. And I am thrilled. If you are just here for the purse videos and you just want to watch those, thank you for watching them. If you're just here for eBay, thank you for that. If you want to connect on a deeper, sorry, my phone's vibrating and going off. If you want to connect on a deeper, more personal level, stick around for that. Because who knows what's going to come out. Maybe we'll settle on something. Maybe, you know, it'll be more lifestyle, motivation, inspiration. I know God gives people with different things. My husband is a conversationalist. He doesn't meet a stranger that does not want to tell him like their deepest, darkest secrets, okay? He's not just a conversationalist, like he can chat people up and he's charismatic. I mean, something unlocks in people and they want to talk to him. God gifted him with that. And with me, I think God made me a cheerleader. I was never a cheerleader in school. I wasn't. But when I meet people, it bothers me if they don't know their true potential. Sorry, my phone keeps vibrating. I know that probably sounds weird. It bothers me if you don't know your true potential. It bothers me if you don't realize what you're capable of. And I think that is just something God gifted me with. So who am I to bottle it up? Who am I not to just spew out motivation and inspiration and inspire you to be the best that you can be every single day, despite your circumstances, despite my circumstances. It doesn't matter what you came from. I came from nothing, you guys. Nothing. When I was a kid, we were on food stamps. I wore this coat to school every day in the winter that I hated to wear, not because I hated the style, because it reeked of cigarette smoke. I was like this dirty, trashy kid. And now I'm not. Call called white trash more than once as a child. I had to raise my hand, and I remember at the time, like, we had to say out loud whenever they would call roll, we had to say that we were on free lunch. So many things, so many ways that people wanted to define me. When I was in 5th grade, I remember a teacher saying to me, like, we were in the DARE program, drug abuse resistance education, and she was talking about how my parents smoked, because again, I'm telling you guys, I reeked of cigarettes all the time. Since my parents smoked, I was more likely to smoke. In 5th grade, you guys, what am I, like 11 years old? And this lady is speaking that into my life. And I recently found her on Facebook, and I sent her a message, and I was like, did you teach at XYZ school in da-da-da-da year? And I haven't yet heard back from her, because I want her to know that I don't smoke. Not only do I not smoke, I just finished running a 100-mile race a year ago. So you were wrong. So that darkness that you wanted to speak into my life did not come to fruition. And my kids have more than enough food to eat right now. Like, whatever situation you're born into, stop looking around and thinking that the people that are further ahead, that are ahead of you, got there by chance, that they were born into that. One of those situations, like, nobody cares, work harder, right? It doesn't matter your circumstance. I'm pumping gas one day, and I see there's a gutter that comes down, and there's a crack in the concrete. And in that crack, near the gutter, a plant was growing. It's all concrete, you guys. It was never meant to grow there. I don't care what circumstance you're surrounded in, you can grow. There is potential for you no matter what your circumstance is. And I just can't shut up about that. And so again, I think that is more of, maybe that's a gift directly from God, to let people know what you're capable of. And if no one else has ever told you, maybe no one else has ever reached down and told you. And some people don't need someone to tell them, and we just have God, you know, constantly in our ears. What if you don't know? What if you go to the grave never realizing your potential because nobody told you? That'd be pretty lame. So yeah, I think I do need to share that. That's a message worth sharing. And we get some work done along the way. If you learn some stay-at-home, work-from-home hustle tips along the way, that's just amazing. That's icing on the cake, right? We're here to do life together, to live life together, to share and inspire each other. I want to be inspired by y'all's stories as much as you're inspired by anything I might have to say. I want to connect with you. If you have socials, if you have a channel, comment it below. Tell me what your channel is all about, so I can head over and we could connect in a way that makes a lot more of a difference than just telling you what keywords to type into eBay, right? I love eBay. It's not going anywhere. Don't worry, guys. But it just cannot be. There's so many facets that you've never even seen. And I guess this is me wanting you guys to see more of them. This is me wanting a more personal dive into this channel. So here we go. All I have left is lipstick, and I hate to just leave you guys not putting on the lipstick, because what if you're following along and you want to know, like, how's she doing her makeup these days? I actually got this lipstick free. It's a Kylie Cosmetics thing, and it came in a pinch me box. I am going to, it's like this liquid, but it stays on so well. So I'm actually using it kind of as a lip liner. All right, there we go. And then I have this Dior lipstick I absolutely love, and I cannot find this color in this finish anywhere. So I finally found it on Poshmark, and I ordered it from a seller, and she never shipped my order. So I'm literally down to taking a brush and rubbing it around in here and digging out this color. It's Dior 265 Hope, and it is the Rouge Dior Forever in a matte. 265 Hope. I got on Sephora to see if I could get it there, and they're like, this lipstick is available in 75 colors. Not one of them named. They're not in alphabetical order. They're not in color order. You're supposed to click on 75 little photos to find 265 Hope. I clicked on so many that were pink, and I can't find it. So if you know where I can get Rouge Dior Forever 265 Hope in a matte finish, let me know. I need it. So I think that's the look. I think this is finished now. Oh my gosh, you made it through a heck of a video, and Oh wait, I didn't put any highlighter on. I thank you for being here. I hope that your day is off to an amazing start. I hope your week is off to an amazing start. It is Monday. We are going to absolutely crush it this week, you guys. And check back soon for videos that I don't overthink. And we'll see what I'm up to next. God bless you guys.